In our time, we have a profound search for family, for home, for community, for friends. My name's David Woodall with the United Church of Canada and the Emsdale Pastoral Charge. We long for a place to belong. We laugh with each other and we cry with each other. And when we are surrounded by the family, whether we are near or far away, we become our best true selves again. It is from the family that our journeys in life emerge. It is the family that teaches us about faith. A child's earliest conception of God, because they can only understand what is physically present, is that God must be their parents. Then as they continue to their growth journey, as they get a little older, they figure out their parents are not God. Journeys in life begin in the family. Journeys are remarkable things. They have both beginnings and endings. As a planet, we are on an amazing, frightening, and challenging journey in this age. You can look around and you can find all the amazing things that accompany us in this life. And it's not hard to look around and discover all the things that frighten us in this world. We know the challenges we face. We do wonder if we can meet the challenges of this age. We wonder if we can continue this journey of life and build a better world for our children and for each other. We do wonder if we can confront all those things that frighten us and somehow continue to nurture the sense that we live in an amazing world, populated by so many diverse and amazing people. The world is our home. You are my family. You are extraordinary, and I am so glad that we're together. And together we call this world our home. Oliver Wendell Holmes writes, "And where we love is home. Home that our feet may leave but not our hearts. The chain may lengthen but never parts." Or Elijah Kellogg wrote, "Home is the place where character is built, where sacrifices to contribute to the happiness of others are made, and where love has taken up its abode." Ken Callahan writes, "A house does not finally make a home. People do. A house is a roof under which we store our stuff. A family is a grouping of people who share their hearts and their lives with each other. A family is a grouping of people who share informal, significant relationships of loving and living with one another. We are the gathered family." We look around, do that wherever you are, and we realize that it is good to be here. Today, for a moment, in this place, at this time, even though we're separated perhaps by a screen, this place is our house, and we are the family. It's the middle of summer. There are family gatherings happening everywhere. The long August weekend is waiting for us. There's a special sense of home and family during these warm summer months. And we also hear of families being deprived of homes, perhaps when the environment turns against them, or when their neighbors turn against them, or when they have no home at all. A homeless advocate noted that during the pandemic, when we were ordered to shelter in place, that there were many people who had no place to call home. To find your family, not necessarily biological, but those that you share life with, to find the place that you and I can finally call home is one of the great quests of life. To find the place where I belong, to find the community that I belong to, that's a great quest, a great thing to strive for. Jesus put it this way, "In my Father's house are many rooms, and I go to prepare a place for you." When 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, you see, that's all it takes. It's just 2 or 3 of us together. And when that happens, Jesus said, "There am I, right in the midst of them." Home and community. The family we're born into, or the family formed through community and friends. The family formed through faith. All of us gathered here. And we can do some remarkable things as a family. We share everyday life. We support each other. We challenge each other. Well, sometimes we fight with each other, but even the fight can't destroy the family because we're connected. We share celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, and general good times together. In tragic times when we're in need of care and shepherding, our friends and our neighbors, our brothers and our sisters, put their collective arms around us and walk with us through the valley of the shadows. In times of disappointment and difficulty, they are there. Likewise, we are with them and for them in tragic times as well. And we are taught, and we teach each other about being a family, about being open and inclusive people. We teach each other about being warm and welcoming people. We teach each other about God. Now, in God's family, we gather as a new group every week. Now, even though it might be the same people sitting beside us, each of us has lived through another week, and we are changed by that experience. We gather in the presence of God, and we find a sense of root, place, and belonging, and friendship. We discover sharing and caring. We discover reconciliation and wholeness. We discover openness and community. And on our very best days, within the amazing richness of the community, we become our best true selves. We become whole and healthy people. The family that the disciples were part of during the life of Jesus broke up when Jesus had been appearing somehow mysteriously to them. And then finally on a misty mountain, on a morning recorded in Acts, Jesus was quoted, or Jesus was seen as rising up and disappearing into the clouds. If you've ever had a family member walk out the door of your house, saying goodbye and you're not sure when you'll see them again, you'll know something of what the disciples were feeling that day. As they were watching, Jesus was lifted up, and a cloud took him out of their sight. While he was going and they were gazing upward toward heaven, suddenly 2 men in white robes stood by them, and they said, "Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking upward into heaven?" Some of us have stood on the road, watching the car as it drives away off into the distance, taking the one that we loved far from us. And then we turned and slowly walked back into the house, not sure what to do next, but knowing that one journey had ended, and now we're on a new journey, only minus the one who's gone. We asked, what do I do now? The disciples were just standing and staring up into heaven. Have you ever done that? You don't know what to do. You're just staring, and you don't know what the next thing is. For the disciples, the men in white spoke. Now, you've heard of men in black. Well, we have men in white. Really, people in white, not men. Maybe angels, maybe the Spirit of God. Why are you standing around looking up into heaven? What happens to the family when one who is so important is no longer there? Well, this is part of family life. Families come together. Families go their separate ways. Families ground us, and they give us the sense that we have roots and home, even when we're far away. And the journey of life can be safely made because somewhere there is the family that grounds us and gives us roots. Families nurture us so that we can live and create new homes and new families. Life went on for those disciples, even though the central person in their family was no longer there. They claimed the family they were part of. They shared the family life with others. And then the disciples left that place and they changed the world. The families that we are part of will not remain that way forever. You and I will come and go. We will be together formally and informally. For a time, we'll journey through life together, but we will never give up the search for home and belonging, which is built into our very DNA. We will spontaneously connect with new people that would become our new family, and they'll be with us for this time in our lives. And we will create new customs and habits and traditions with one another. Flexibility in our life together allows us to discover new ways to be family with one another. Since I have journeyed with you as my faith family over these past few years, there have been many changes. It saddens me to think of some of those changes, and it excites me as new changes come along. You see, the closer our sense of family, the more open we are, the more fragile and feeble our sense of family, the more closed we become. We're not meant for isolation or insulation from each other or even from life. We benefit from being part of an open and inclusive group. We learn of life as we journey together, and we go our separate ways. Always, all of us are encouraging our own best instincts forward to become a welcoming, warm community of justice and caring. Jesus prayed just prior to his ascension, "Father, I've made your name known to those whom you gave me. They were yours and you shared them with me, and now they know everything that you have given me is from you. For the words that you gave me I have given to them, and they believed in you. I am asking on their behalf that you will protect them in your name." You know, often when I see my own family drive away or I leave them alone, I pray, God, watch over them. They are the ones I love the most. In this life, we have a profound search for family, for home, for community, for friends. We long for a place to belong. We laugh with each other and we cry with each other. And when we are surrounded by the family, whether we're near or far away, we become our best true selves again. And our journeys are remarkable things. They have beginnings and endings. Families are extraordinary. Journeys are extraordinary. Life is an amazing gift. Thanks be to God. Have a great week. Amen.